Okay, I'm out of here. Yay! And I feel better. Like, oh my god, yesterday when I got here, I felt so sick. And now I feel like I can adequately enjoy myself in this beautiful neighborhood. Look how pretty it is. I don't know. It's just, I'm in Arizona and there's like not much greenery. And here there's just so many different types of como plantas tropicales. And I don't get it. All I get is cactus. So, I don't know. I just am happy to be out. It's not, yesterday I made the mistake also of wearing just gym clothes. And I had like my shorts and my little shirt. And it was tan frío. It was so cold. So, today I put on my sweater and my pants. And I'm just going to be walking around. And then I want to go to Chapultepec Park. And I don't feel sick. I took my Pepto-Bismol. I literally took the entire thing. Like, the entire bottle. Done. No hay nada más que falta. Yeah. I still can't really eat much. Or I don't think so. I ate french fries last night. I ordered french fries. I wanted to eat a... Girl, I was looking at the Postmates and I was like, I want to eat a burger. All the pictures of those burgers on Postmates. I was like, oh my god, that looks so good. It looks so good. The thing is, I want to hang out with people, but I also want to eat with people. Like, I know there's one person I want to hang out with while I'm here. And like, I want to eat a good meal with them. But I have to be like, oh yeah, sorry. Like, I have Montezuma's revenge. And so, it's just awkward. Ooh. Indian restaurant. Oh, there's so many restaurants and cafes around here. Look at the bikers. It's cute. I want to ride a bike. Okay, girl, we are here. And El Bosque de Chapultepec. There's a big old map right there. And it's a huge park, so there's so much to see. Oh my god. I want to see the castle. But I'm also looking to the right and I see that there's a modern art museum. Like right there. So I'm going to see what that's about. I have till 3 p.m. until I need to check into my next place. I actually can check in later if I wanted to. But I kind of want to check myself into that new place so I can change and all that stuff. But I'm gonna look at the map, see what I can get into. That was not nothing but that was actually pretty fun, like walking through this little area that seems to never end. It's just a ton of tienditas selling lots of different things. Henna tattoos, masks, like Macho Libre masks, cotton candy girl, little toys, random toys. And it was cute seeing like all the little kids get all excited about little balloon monkeys and whatnot. But it also is like kind of crowded, and girl, it's kind of hard like to be walking at a pace that's comfortable to you, but also still being able to kind of avoid, you know, being in people's way. So I'm on this little path over here. It's like directamente al lado de like the main one. Yeah, it's a little forest or whatever. I'm just strolling, enjoying this moment. I'm in Mexico. Everything's so different. It's so weird how borders kind of initiated such a difference in culture and rules and things that just, I don't know, make things so different. Like, you wouldn't see this in America. You wouldn't see it with this energy, you know? Oh, a bathroom. I was just about to ask somebody where the bathrooms are, but I don't really have to go to the bathroom, but it's nice to know that there's bathrooms right here. Okay, kind of shook. Kind of shaking in my boots right now because I'm right in front of Las Dos Fridas. It's huge. Literally Frida Kahlo, like the famous one. And I did not expect it to be this big. It's huge.
Gracias. Bienvenidos a este canal, gracias.
Okay. All right. Ooh, she smells good. I ordered some food on Postmates for pickup because I don't know. It's right. It was right there, so I was like, let me just do that. It would be so stupid to kind of just let somebody walk like 5 minutes to me with, like, have them go all the way to the restaurant and then just walk 5 minutes to come bring it to me. So I went to go pick it up. It's just orange chicken and Asian rice is what it was called. It looks okay. It looks good. I'm scared to eat anything because I don't know what's going to happen to me. But I was feeling like the hunger pangs today. I was like, okay, this is not my stomach hurting. This is like, I'm hungry. When I went to go pick it up, I got directions to go to the place and it kept saying that I had arrived. But Miss Girl, what did I arrive to? I go to the right, to the left, nothing there. I'm like, okay, so let me use a different app to route me. And I used a different app and it told me to go all the way around just back to the same space. So I was like, why would I do that? Why would I go all the way around just to come back to the same space? That was dumb. So I went back to where it said that I had arrived and I like looked around and I was like, girl, I don't know what's going on. So I just started walking along the route that other app told me to go through. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's like some magical thing. You like walk around it 3 times, then it appears or something. But then as I was leaving, they have like a system here called Rappi, and it's just like a bunch of people on bikes with like little boxes that carry food. And one of the guys on his little scooter went up to this door and he knocked on it. And like some people opened it up and they handed him some food. And I was like, oh, is that where I go get my food? Then I went over there and I knocked on the door and I was like, hice un pedido por el app. Like, can you help me out here? And they're like, oh, yeah, come here. And I like walked in and it was like a warehouse. Hello. It was the back of a warehouse. I was like, oh my God, they're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. It was the back of a warehouse. It was like a car. It was one man guarding the door. There was no sign of a restaurant or anything. It was just a literal warehouse. And I was like, this is not where I'm coming to pick up my food. Like, what? But then I started, he was like, follow that girl. And this girl like whisked me away. And then he was like, espera aquí. And I was like, okay. And I just stopped there. And then sure enough, the girl came out with my little bag of food. I was like peeing on myself, but I was like, thank you, gracias. And he like led me out and closed the door behind me. That was weird. Why would they do that? Anyway, let me go ahead and eat this food, y'all. It's not really giving. It's like really dry. That's weird. I don't know if I can eat this. This is not good. This is the orange chicken, y'all. And it looks like orange chicken on the camera, but it's not giving orange chicken the way it usually gives but I guess in America, they sweeten everything up. This definitely feels like Mexican orange chicken. It kind of tastes like it. I'm still gonna eat it, y'all, because I'm hungry. Okay, I didn't get to show y'all. Oh, is this? Okay, I didn't get to show y'all this Airbnb yet, I don't think. 'Cause as soon as I got here, I laid down. Keep in mind that I had like 10 minutes before I had to check out. So I'm just talking off the rip and I'm running and I'm shaking the camera and it's giving Maury. So just keep that in mind. I have to leave this Airbnb now, but before I go, let's do a little tour. Here's the shower. Let me turn the camera around so you get better quality. This right here was the shower. It was really nice. It had this like kind of frosted window that is leads to outside, so there was this natural light. It's a waterfall shower or rain shower head, which I don't like. Girl, that's for white people. It just really is. And then there's a mirror in here, which is actually pretty useful when you need to like scrub that booty. You know what I mean? Make sure you get all the spots. Not me screaming through the whole thing. There's a window also in the there's a window in the bathroom, right? So you can let out the steam, and it leads to out there. And so I'm sure people could hear me. But this is the bedroom, right? It just has this little desk on the back, and then this full-size bed. I don't know. Windows, lots of areas to put your stuff. My stuff is over there. It was a comfy bed. The pillows were like cumbersome for whatever reason. They were like making me uncomfortable. But this is the bathroom. This is like the little place where you know, brush your teeth, wash your face, stuff like that. Super cute. All the lights are really cute. There's like recessed lighting behind the mirror as well. Over here's the bathroom, one of the bathrooms, boom. And then you go over here, it feels very like dorm room-ish when it comes to like the furniture, the way everything's set up, but it's space saving. Everything is cute. This is where you enter. You actually come from up there, you go down here, you can go to the room, or you can go down here. There's a mirror here. This is the cool part of the whole Airbnb. It's the kind of like living room space. Look at this. There's like this outdoor patio, and this whole situation opens up, which is really nice, out onto the patio. And there's these beautiful colocasia. I think that's what they are. And a cute little patio situation, and it's private out here. And then this is where I cooked food yesterday. And it's cute little lounge area. This is a pull-out couch as well. Lots of flood lighting. These are my favorite types of lighting. Over here, there's another bathroom. Right, that looks scary, but there's another bathroom in here. Everything was. Look at this whole situation. Like, this is the microwave. Really nice. Everything is so high tech and it's so well made. I'm really into it. And there's a dishwasher here too. I like this brand, Teka or whatever it is. Little sink situation, blender, food, like everything that you would need to cook a meal is here. There's coffee, tea, and everything was like wrapped up for safety. I'm not sure exactly what like, you know, what really did that do? But this cute little table is here, and that's pretty much it, y'all. That's pretty much it. Okay, I'm back in El Parque Chapultepec. And I'm here para El Castillo. I want to see the castle of Chapultepec. I think it's like up there. I can't tell. Why is everything a hill, child? Everything is a hill. But this entrance is so pretty up to the castle. Just a pretty little walk, and it's real clean. Everything is so like policed. It's so scary. Like you walk in and there's like army. It's like a whole army truck and like army people. And you're like, okay, enough. I'm just here to see the castle, girl. Like, calm down. But after you get past that, it's like this beautiful walk. You can kind of like hear the sounds of all the birds and stuff. And it's just really cute. I feel like I always film so up close, like here. And it's like, I want to see the context of where I am, you know? But then my arm is fully extended, girl. It's giving... I need a selfie stick. That's what it's giving. But yeah, this is super cute. And yeah, I don't know what to expect. I'm just walking up here. Apparently this is like where emperors and stuff stayed. And so it's giving, you know, one of the many castles that are out there in the world, where it's just going to be cute, fancy stuff, which is always cool to see. It does feel a little bit like una celebración de como lujo and like luxury and all that stuff. But I don't know. It's like so cool to see. It's like art to me. So let's go.
Feel alive, let's hit the dance floor. Don't work too hard, my break a backbone. Return of the Mac, the king is back though. Corvette and cash, I never like those. She saw the stone, you know how that go. Fatality, my diamonds that cold. Versace trunks, I hit my backstroke. Knock on the door, she at the back row. All I really take is a little taste. Island girl, blue eyes with a little bass. Here for the thrill, I don't need a chaser. Wanna vibe at the getaway. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, I got the semi-4 weight. Don't step out the line like this a probate. You hit the line and try to locate. This for the time, got time for no day. Whoa. Too many, I'm going. Too crazy, and I got bad ones and they ready. A good time, so now it's.
I'm just here in this castle, sis. It's so pretty. Obviously, it's a castle. Oh! Who done did these bushes like this? Those are so cute. But yeah, I'm walking around. Everything's cute, pretty. I'm obsessed with these black and white marble tiled floors. Those are sick. Yeah, I'm trying to like read as much as possible in Spanish, which is a little difficult. They got people out here tending to the flowers and stuff. Oh, they remind me of those like candies that are on a white piece of paper, and then you like peel them off and you just eat it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? These. Hopefully I find them. I'm not gonna lie, some of this stuff I'm like, girl, as soon as I get my bag, I'm building a house and I'm getting that. Like, I want to bring back a little bit of the narcissism, like the big portraits, the big gaudy portraits of yourself and sculptures of yourself. Because I feel like we don't do that anymore. We don't like monumentalize our lives. And it's just like, let's just do it. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at this. Lord, now it's raining on top of the castle. Girl, Jesus, Jesus, be a umbrella. La palabra del día es paraguas. Una paraguas. I think that's umbrella in Spanish. Okay, let me tell you something about this picture. Wingstop. I was on my way back from the castle, going back to my spit out the gum. I was going back to my Airbnb and I took a picture of this Wingstop because I thought it was so funny how there was a Wingstop in Mexico City and it was in this like beautiful Mexican building on the corner. But then, as soon as I took the picture, my phone died and I was like, okay, let me just reach into my bag and let me get my battery recharger, my little portable battery. Reached in there, nothing in there. Wah, wah, wah. I'm about a 30-minute walk away from my Airbnb. Do I know how to get back to my Airbnb? Say it with me. No. So now I'm like, okay. all right. By this time I had kind of walked into town because I was just walking, just kind of enjoying the day. And then I was going to make my way back to my Airbnb. So I was really confused as to where I was. I actually went to a Staples. There was a Staples there that I asked to see if they had a portable battery that I could just purchase on the whim and just buy that and charge my phone up. Because I couldn't even remember where my Airbnb was. I couldn't even tell somebody like, hey, do you know how to get to X and X street? Because I didn't even know. Staples didn't have anything. So they said, go across the street and buy a rechargeable battery. And they pointed me in the direction of this place that looked so shoddy. Is that the word? It was just very... They pointed me in the direction of some place that looked like they just had started business yesterday. And they had a budget of 10 cents. But I went over there because I had no other choice. And sure enough, I found a rechargeable portable battery with a cable that I could use. So I bought that and it was like, what, $10 or something? And I charged my phone up and I was charging it and charging it, but there was nothing happening. I realized that you had to charge the portable battery before you could use that to charge your phone. So I really was just lost. I was completely lost. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to rely on the power of my brain. I know that I can get back. I know. I was just like, my faith was there. So what I did, I just retraced my steps. I was like, okay, let's go back to the castle. And we had to walk 15 minutes back to the castle. I was tired at this point. I was so tired. 15 minutes back to the castle, and I was like, okay, where did I come from here? And then I just kept doing that. And I was like, oh, I remember that building. I remember that. Okay. And it took me about an hour and a half, but I made it back. Bro, I made it back. I could not believe it, but I literally made it right back in front of my Airbnb, and I was so shook. I was like, I cannot believe I just walked all the way back here with no GPS, no map, no help, nothing. Just things that I had slightly remembered or paid attention to on my walk there. And this reminds me of a time when I was watching a TV show. It was called Brain Games or something like that. It used to come on like ABC. It was kind of a late night show on the time at the time when things like What Would You Do would come on. Brain Games held that slot, and Brain Games had this little segment where they talked about what it did is it had you remember stuff. And then it asked you questions about that. And I played that TV show all the time when I was younger. And one of the things that the TV show did for me was it helped me remember small details about things. And it told me in order to remember more stuff about experiences that you had to look around. That was the key, is to look around and to notice just everything. Instead of just being so laser focused on whatever you're trying to do, also, like, take time to kind of look around when you enter a new room, when you go on a new street, whatever. Just look around, right? Because your brain soaks up information whether you think it is or not. So that's what I've been doing for 15 odd years now since I watched that TV show. And now I can get back from... and now I can walk an hour and 30 minutes and end up right back in a place that I didn't even have the address for. So there's that. I think I just wanted to include that. Okay, bye. Anyway, I'm walking. I'm going to a cafe. Get some work done. I'm checking into another Airbnb. And I want to just like get some work done real quick. I'm just walking around. I went to like a little biblioteca, not a biblioteca, but a libreria, like a bookstore. Just sit here. I don't want to sit somewhere that's like noisy. And I kind of want to just like, I want to drink like a little juicy juice, you know what I mean? Like chill out, no coffee. Just comfortable vibes. I want to be next to some leaves and vegetation. I just want to document this moment right now. One, I'm so sick of the mask like messing up my beard. Like, there's no solution around it. I feel like my beard be looking good at the beginning of the day, and then it just like, and then look, I have mask lines. Anyway, I don't know, I just want to document this moment where I'm sitting down here in Mexico City and the weather is perfect. I'm in my like little workout gear, girl, because it's just comfortable. And I have this matcha, and I haven't had a matcha tea in a very long time. And the people in there were so cool. They're like younger. And I was like struggling with my Spanish. People will speak to me and I'll be like, what? And I remember somebody telling me a long time ago that like, saying like gay, what is what we would do in America, like what here it's like saying gay is like a little harsh. It's like acceptable, but it's like a little like, okay, a little rude. So to sort of soften the blunt, you can use the word como, like how is what we learn that word to be, but it really just asks somebody to, repeat themselves. And I was saying that a lot. I was like, como, 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 because they were like asking me. I was like, oh, I want a matcha tea, and I looked at the menu before I went in. So I was like, oh, I want a matcha tea, and they were like, they said something, and I was like, what? I was like, como? They said it again. I was like, como? They said it again. I was like, como? And after the third time, it's like everybody's like laughing. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, get out of here. But I told them, I always go, mi español es lo peor. Y estoy aquí aprendiendo el español. Like, please, repita por favor. Repítame por favor. Why my skin be looking good? I be so scared. I left my Curology at home. Or rather, it showed up the day that I left. Like, my new shipment for it. It showed up the day that I left. So I've been almost 2 weeks now without my Curology. And I'm very surprised that it's because I've been washing my face with bottled water. Like 3 times a day because I get so sweaty. And applying my sunscreen. But it be looking good sometimes. I be shook. Just looking at myself in this camera. But anyway, I told them, and they were just really nice. And so the vibes from the people in there were like really nice, and they gave me the password to the Wi-Fi. And I just feel like cozy. I'm like on the side of the street, and the buildings are really pretty. Like in Roma Norte, all the buildings are like really old, and they all have their unique. Like I'm gonna show you right now, but they all have their unique personality. Every single building, even like the new buildings that are built within. Or between some of these other buildings, they have like their own personality, and there's so many cool shops, and everybody just is so chill. The pace at which people walk, well, down the street, there's like maybe like a doctor's office or something, so people dressed up as like doctors are walking really fast and stressed out. But everybody else, they just walk at a very leisurely pace, and it just feels good. In America, it's not like that. It's like rush, 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 go, go, go. And then all the buildings are the same, like boring. Like nothing is really there to tell you to slow down. It's all just, here's a street, use this road to go to work. Here's this sidewalk, use it to go. Like all the sidewalks lead to stores. There's no leisure. There's no urban planning that bolsters community. You know what I mean? There might be some parks, but even then, you have to like drive to the park, and then you have to stay in the limits of the park. You can't just like walk around for like 30 minutes in America in any given neighborhood without being like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Or not even having anything to look at or do. But everything here is just so meticulously planned, right? There's just all these different trees, and look at the buildings. Look at that. Look at the window. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just cute. Now, with that comes, because everything has its own personality and its own kind of like proprietorship over its little area. Like each building is responsible for the outside of its building and the sidewalk in front of it. Everything is so disparate, and some people, girl, they don't care. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like the bricks are coming up out of the ground, girl. You gotta watch your step. You can't be on your phone walking. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel good right now. I just wanted to document this moment because oftentimes, like outside of this moment, I'll feel like not in my body, and I'll feel like what's the point? Kind of thing. Like every day is the same kind of thing. But right now, I don't know, it just feels good. It feels like a hug from the city of Mexico. Just drinking my little matcha tea and like sitting here waiting for my Airbnb to open up, getting some work done. Okay, bye. Love you guys. Te quiero. Right, so I booked this super cute and honestly very worth it Airbnb experience. If you don't know, there's this thing called Airbnb experiences where you can go on Airbnb's website and you can book a place to stay, but you can also book a experience. So say you're going to Mexico City and you want to find stuff to do. You can go to their Airbnb. Why does it sound like a sponsorship? It ain't a sponsorship. I need money. But you can go and look through their experiences and see something that you might be interested in. So this was a bike ride that at the end of it, like you went and got churros and this stuff called atole. You'll hear more about it later. And it included a ticket to Frida Kahlo's house. I got this specifically because I tried to buy a ticket to the Frida Kahlo Museum myself online. You can only purchase online right now because of COVID restrictions, and they wouldn't let me. Like, my card wasn't going through, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going. This is one of the few things that I came to Mexico City for, and I couldn't get into it. So I found that Airbnb Experiences hosted a trip to Frida Kahlo's museum. So I just booked through them, paid Airbnb, and Airbnb paid Frida Kahlo. Okay. So this is what I did. I went with this girl. It was a bike tour, and it was in Coyoacan, which is like south, like in el sur de Mexico, la Ciudad de Mexico. And so it was beautiful outside. It was warm. I just felt so good riding my bikes through the kind of like the little city. And yeah, you'll just see. We stopped and got food at this little market. And we went to this cute... I'll tell you about it later.
It was the year 1519, and this was when Hernan Cortés, the great conquistador, came here. So by that time, he already knew that this land was inhabited by lots of groups of people, and that they were all ruled by one. And during these days, we think that the layer between the worlds, the dead. So is it your first time in Mexico?
Yes, city.
Mexico City, yeah.
Yeah, we usually go to the other side.
Okay, to Tulum.
Yeah, but it's very different.
This right here was such a beautiful stop on the sort of bike tour that we were doing. It was the backyard of a restaurant, but I guess it's a community spot. Like, anybody can just go in there, but you have to kind of pass through this restaurant where people are eating. And once you get back there, it's a sanctuary. It really, really is. It's away from the street, and it's just filled, it's man-made, but it's filled with a bunch of trees and Mayan gods. Like, they have statues of them all throughout the park. It's not necessarily a park. It's literally just a quarter. And then it's super colorful, but we sat down on the turf there and we talked about Frida Kahlo. I got to ask some questions to our tour guide, who was somebody who had studied Frida Kahlo. I asked her about Frida Kahlo because Frida Kahlo ain't that, you know what I mean? She ain't beloved by everybody. Some people actually despise her. They hate her because of cultural appropriation. She has a mother who is mestiza. She's Oaxacan and Mexican. And her dad is German, I think. And so when you see Frida Kahlo's paintings and pictures of her and the way that she lived, it was very much Oaxacan. The dresses that she wore, the way she wore her hair, the colors that she wore, all of it was like indigenous to Oaxacan people. And so people in Oaxaca specifically, especially the young kids, they don't like her because they're like, you're not Oaxacan. I'm just like, okay, whatever Oaxacans say, like, right. But on top of that, I'm also interested in learning inviting more conversation about how far removed do you have to be from your culture or your relatives who are Oaxacan to not celebrate that celebrate being Oaxacan. You know what I mean? To not explore it, to not wear a Oaxacan dress. Like if my grandma was like Southeast Asian, but I didn't grow up in Southeast Asia, like can I participate in kind of the cultural identity that is inherent to like Southeast Asia? I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe not. That's what Oaxacans would say. Like, girl, no. Because you ain't grow up here. You don't know what the struggle is. And so, yeah. It was just an interesting conversation that we had in the back of this place that was also very pretty. It was like a gritty conversation with the background of this kind of pretty park that we were in. Our tour guide also took us on the back roads of Coyoacan, which are all kind of like the older roads there. And they're all made out of these cobblestone. And it's just such a beautiful, windy, bazaar-ish kind of place where you just are going with your bike all through it. And there's cars coming, there's cars going. But it's such a beautiful day and all the colors of the building. It just made me feel really good. It was my last day in Mexico. And this was kind of like a perfect way to end it all. It was just a beautiful, perfect temperature. And I had really good conversations with the tour guide. I made sure to ask her all the questions that I needed to know about Mexico before I left. Like, I feel like it's all of Williamsburg right now. It's like a whole bunch of people from New York are just like flocking.
You need to explore Juarez. I mean,
Juarez.
there's also a lot of people that are moving there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it's not popular, but it's not as Roma Norte. And the thing is that you're very close to Roma.
Yeah.
And it's also like that is a part that now that is what Roma used to be.
Okay.
It's a part that is growing more with galleries, with all of the new designer stores are there.
What place is this?
Juarez.
Juarez,
It's
okay.
right across from Roma Norte. For you.
Atole.
Atole.
This one?
Sí.
So this is atole. Tiene corn and leche y azúcar and cinnamon and something else? Cinnamon and milk. Yeah, okay. It's corn though. Oh, it smells so good. It smells kind of like a
What is it called?
atole.
So that kind of pour, you know, when people start to ask about the pasta, then I can be like,
That is really tasty.
yeah. Like, you know, the Spanish, the Spanish definitely.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Drink their coffee with, yeah, actually, my grandma I had.
Let me go ahead and figure out how to make atole. I know.
Pásame dos. All of you have my number. It's at the Airbnb message that I sent you. I signed it.
Okay, I was supposed to like include footage right now of Frida Kahlo's house, but I don't know where it went. I think I may have deleted it. I just cleaned out my computer a few days ago, and I honestly probably just deleted it all because I transferred the footage from my phone to my computer, and then I deleted it straight off my phone because, you know, our phones, especially the iPhone, it just racks up gigabytes so fast. And so, I don't know. I think I might have deleted it, or maybe it's in a different folder. I'm going to double check, but right now, as of now, I don't have any footage of my time at Frida Kahlo's house. But just know that I got to see her bed, like she had this bed made for her by her mom who or maybe her mom commissioned somebody, where when she was injured, because she suffered so many illnesses and sicknesses, and then she got into a car crash that literally had a pole puncture her whole body, and so she has gone through so much, and she's like spent a lot of time in Chicago and the hospitals there. She's just had a horrible track record with, like, being in the hospital, but she had a bed made for her when she was kind of bedridden, where the like when you lay down, the top of the bed, it's like a canopy style bed, is a mirror, and there's like this contraption that holds a canvas close to her while she's laying down, and it's like suspended in midair, and something that holds her paint and stuff like that, so she could paint from laying down, and she could like see the mirror so she can do self-portraits. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was one of the coolest things that I saw there. I saw her kitchen and things that she would use and drink out of. Those things are really cool to me because you hear these people and they're so mythicized. They're so, you don't know what they were like when they were alive. But being in their house is such an intimate thing. And it was kind of creepy. But at the same time, it was really cool to see just like the cups that she would use, you know what I mean? Or there was even like leftover paint, like all of her paint that was still there encased in a thing. And just all of her books, like she grew up in that home and she came back to it to live in, and she died in that home. And it was just such a wild experience. And then they had like some of her clothes and all that stuff. And it was just, I don't know, in general, exactly what I wanted out of that experience. And I also learned a lot about who she is in terms, like, while I can celebrate a lot of her artistry, I also see that, it's problematic. There's problems there, and there's conversation to be had, and I'm interested in learning more about that, which is why I think I still chose to go to the Frida Kahlo Museum after learning that she, it might be an appropriator, because it gave me kind of a fuller picture of what's going on. And that's a question I'm constantly interested in, is like, how far removed do you have to be from your heritage to suddenly be an appropriator of it? Not suddenly, but consciously be an appropriator of it. So I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of this video. I think there might be like a few clips left, of me like leaving, but I will see y'all in the next one. Okay, bye. So it's like my last day here, and you need to get a COVID test to get back into the US. So I came to this place, OLab. It was like 20 minutes out, but it was the only one that was open closest to me. So I'm here. I just looked it up on Google, and it's like how much would that be? It's like 579 pesos, 200, about 10, 20. It's like 20 to 30 bucks, I think. Yeah, no, it was super easy. You just fill out some stuff, and then you get your test, and boom, you're done. Okay, it's time to leave Mexico City, and I'm here at American Airlines. Girl, I almost forgot that you have to keep your immigration form. You fill out a form when you fly to Mexico, and that you rip off a little piece, and you have to keep that until you leave, right? You have to give it to the airport, and if you don't have it, if you lose it, you have to go to immigration and you have to pay a fine. I thought I had lost it, but it was right in my COVID situation, my COVID card little thing. So thank God I was like looking out for myself. But yeah, I'm here, girl. I feel like hopefully I'm gonna like make my flight. I have like an hour and something, and I have to go through customs or something. I don't know what I have to do, but hopefully I just have to go through security because I'm hungry and I need to get food. But anyway, it's my turn. Bye. Everything is so streamlined and helpful here. When I was in Spain and I was traveling from country to country, I assumed that because everything was new, all these sort of COVID restrictions and forms that you have to fill out and checkpoints and forms that you don't know that you have to fill out until you get to the airport. But you could have known if you like did some research on Google. Everything is so streamlined here. Like they had a person there with a a QR code, and you just scanned it, and it took you to the forms that you needed to fill out, and then they helped you fill them out. So that's sick. That was such an easy check-in process. Like, that was just so chill.